Before I begin breaking these signs down that the ancients brought to my attention, let's read this. The Church of Nativity is a World Heritage Site in Bethlehem. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It is believed that this church is built over the site where Jesus was born, although there is no concrete evidence to confirm it to be true. It is now part of the pilgrimage route that Christians follow through Jerusalem. Now this is important so that you understand where this came from. So let's go here. Now, the 14-point silver star on the marble floor marks the exact spot where Jesus of Nazareth was born. The star below the altar of the Nativity inside the church of the Nativity in Jerusalem. The 14 points of the star are said to represent the 14 generations of Jesus Christ from Abraham to David, then from David to Babylonian captivity, and after that from Babylonian captivity to Jesus Christ. Some also believe the 14 points represent the 14 stations of the cross, but it seems to be a hidden mystery, and it don't seem because it actually is. And I'll break these signs down to you. You see, and how is it and why is it that this Christ has his own star? Yes, this Christ has his own 14-point star. Now you will understand that there is indeed a mystery involved in the 14 star. Now I was explaining to you guys in my last video on how astrology and numerology is also intertwined in the book, the Torah, as well as Judaism.
Secret initiation of Jesus at Qumran is identifying that Jesus was a part of a secret society, and it states that Jesus disappeared from the scriptures at the age of 12 and reappeared. We're going to get into this because it's interesting to note that as we carry the examination of the early mysteries of the Essene community at Qumran that links it with John the Baptist, Jesus, and the beginnings of Christianity. Now, I want to skip this part when I'm going to where it say makes the case that Christianity grew out a form of monotheism first formulated by the Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaten. Akhenaten, as we know, was about the sun disk, you see, and identifying that there's only one God, and includes physical photographic evidence never before published. I recommend y'all check this book out. In his early book, The Mysteries of Copper Scroll of Qumran, Robert Heather analyzed the Dead Sea Scroll engraved on copper that is considered the work of the secretive devout Jewish sect known as the U.S.C. I'm pronouncing that correctly, who lived at Qumran around the time of Jesus to continue his research into the about one who is about and who is a part of a secret society. Now this is interesting because again I postulated and I acknowledge that it speaks about many people don't believe in astrology, that it is the devil work. But how can it be the devil work when to be initiated you have to be initiated in the mysteries that teach you of cosmology, to teach you of the cosmos, they teach you of astrology, numerology, and so forth and so on in the mysteries. So if it speaks about being initiated in the ancient Egyptian, and to be a initiate, you have to be a master mason. And we don't use mason, we use mysteries. So to be initiated to the mystery, to be a master, you have to be initiated for 40 years. Okay? Now it's important that you must to be involved in the mysteries of a fraternal order, a secret society. You are going to be indoctrinated. As such, it states Jesus is a secret initiated, and initiated
has been stamped often. If you understand, 7 and 7 is 14. And we know 7 is to be a holy number because, here again, God rested on the 7th day, right? So if he rested on the 7th day, that means he stopped on the 6th day, right? And 6 and 7 give us 13. The 13th son, the 13th and 1 makes 14. Because we're talking about the chosen. The star has the word, I don't want to mutilate it, and I don't even want to try to pronunciate it, but it says, here Jesus Christ was born to the Virgin Mary. Now, nowhere is it showing Joseph to be anywhere in here. Understand that the 2 is really 1. I will break down the mystery of this so that you can understand what's actually being shown. Now, this is the Bethlehem Church of the Nativity. As we can see, it's beautifully decorated. And how this 14-point star, you will understand, has also been coded. Remember? Do you remember the time? Remember the time that remember, Michael Jackson is saturated, as well as the directors and the producers, in the mysteries. And they are aware of he who is to come. This is why Michael Jackson, it is showed even in Remember the Time, this black and silver sun this. And it shows it often in Remember the Times because it's coded to talk about this one. And his color being silver and black. You'll find that nowhere is it shown a star attached to anyone but this Christ child. This Christ child inside of this 14-point star is black. On the outside is silver. They call it a silver star. But in essence, this is silver and black star. It's shredded in mystery. Remember when Michael Jackson performed Billie Jean, it was coded the letters D-A-R, right? Then it shows the 1. You'll notice before it get to the 1 that's in the golden cup, it shows the garbage can. Can is, that means something. That's how you get the word volcano, which is volcano, which means fire god. Can means God. The garbage can is black and silver identified, and even black and gray, but black and silver, they show the black and silver garbage can. Then it shows the transmutation of this 1. So again, remember the times, the number is 4 and 1. 4 and 1 is 4 is the 4th letter in the alphabet is D. 1 is A, right? So if you understand that, when you look at the star, you will notice that the star has points on the star. And the 14 represents 1 and 4. Count the points on the star is 14. As is the 1 and the 4 is also coded in the letters of the month. That's in our 12 months. Remember? September, October, November says S-O-N, right? June, July, do you have August, which is A, being 1 before you get to sun. Then after you end on N of sun, S-O-N, September, October, November, you have 4, which is the D again. The A and the D, the 1 and the 4, coded. Now, people who is in power, who was given authority for a time being, or given authority, period, is aware of who this Messianic, this Messiah, of whom he is. And even the Jews coded, those of ancient times who knew of this Christ, who was aware of his coming. Let's get there. The power of this symbolism is coded, and the ancient ones has revealed these things to me. Now you would notice that inside of this cave-like area, you will notice that in the cave it shows on this baby there's 3 X's. We know that each X is 24 because 24 is X is the 24th letter in the alphabet, which is 666 on the baby. And we know 6 electrons, 6 protons, and 6 neutrons equal a diamond. Don't take my word for it, do your research. Equal a diamond. And we know that carbon is made up of 666. This is why you see the golden glow on this baby. This is a powerful symbolism because it's coded from the gods through the gods. I'll help you to understand this. Now, this 666 is basically saying that this child is carbon. That this child has an awakened third eye. Notice how this silver glow is not white, because you would notice the angels are wearing white. You see, that's white. But as you zoom in, this is silver reaching into the darkness. And remember, as many of you know, black and gold represent from darkness to light. You see, notice how the rays is illuminating on 3 areas on the child and the mother. Let me help you to see this. Let's go here. All right. So what we have here, we have that this glow is going towards the child's third eye. You see? This show that this child would have a illuminated, glowing third eye. Secondly, you'll notice that the glow is going to the child PEN, which is the reason why you have XXX, which is 666, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 6 protons. PEN, protons, electrons, neutrons, which is the old saying that the pen is mightier than a sword, because it's cold talk, because we're talking about the penis. And this is where the glow is going towards this child, PENIS, coded. Know that you have in the word pen, you need ink that's inside of the pen, right? Inky, in Lil, and I knew the code, that the mighty word that is used, coded, the pen is mightier than a sword, because inside of the pen is the ink to identify with the bloodline of Inky, Enlil, and Anu. You see, if you understand that Mesopotamian, when it's talk about Anu and Inky and Enlil and Marduk, is coded to identify with a bloodline of the ancient ones, the bloodlines of the gods. So we have this shooting towards this illuminated child area, the phallus. And then we have the glow that glow past the mother. Look, the glow go past the mother right here and goes to this point of her hand. You see, that's important because it's showing the left hand. The glow is not on the right hand, but the glow is on the left hand. that shows the power of the mystery, the mysticism, to show that this child is on a path of mysticism and dealing with the occult. This is why it's a mystery. You see, the mother mouth is closed. Remember, this hand gesture was also shown in the movie Superman. Remember when Superman came out of this area? Look, Superman came out of the womb. And then as Superman, the baby came out, the baby was naked. And the mother did what? What did the mother do? The mother threw her hand up to her mouth. No, the mother threw her hand up. She did this gesture, just as is being seen and shown here in this holy painting of this Christ child here, to identify the same symbolism. Now, mind you, the Jews pretty much run the world. The same director who directed, or written, I should say, Billie Jean, who encoded the symbolism even inside of the Michael Jackson, Billie Jean. This same symbolism is also being shown here to identify with the power of this three, to identify the three connections. 1, the open third eye. 3, where it says, even in the Bible, that I shall come like a thief in the night. You see? And this is why you see this child illuminated in the dark, representing the light, and its color being silver and black. You see? The mother mouth is not shown, but you can see that this Christ child mouth is also being shown. You see, it is being shown. What's so even powerful about this symbolism, that you would notice that it shows a connection even here. Look, it shows a connection to the horn. That's the horn of Amen. And how the horn represents in ancient Egyptian mythology the teachings that the horn represents the bull. And the horn also represents Amen. And how the ancient one is revealing light information to this one. This is why the horn is connected right at the rays. The rays represent the sun, and his ear is connected to the ancient ones. This is why you see the symbolism of this child connected to the bull and the horse, right? Let me show you something. You will notice that above this bull, and I'll explain to you what this means, the bull and the horse, you will notice above it is, look, you know, it says in ancient, the emerald tablets that speaks about the golden age and how the gods will come. But listen, what is a gold disc? What do a gold disc mean? Look, listen, what do a gold disc mean? A gold disc represents Amen, Ra. The gold disc represents the golden age. Look, listen, you have this golden seal. Look, you see, this is golden. This is gold. You see, this circle here identified with 14 karat what? There's 14 points of it. Look, there's 14 points on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. I probably missed one, but there's 14 points coded. As you already know what 14 karat gold is. You see, you are aware from those who understand the teachings, understand that the 14 gold representing a gold era, a golden era, the golden child. Even those who wrote and produced the movie The Golden Child understood this. This is why you see this gold symbol to identify 14 karat gold, right? What is 14 karat gold? You see. Let's look at here. 14 gold quality. 14 gold offers an ideal combination of depth, color, strong durability, and reasonable, affordable. 14K gold is also often considered to be the best formulation for rose gold and white gold. You see, so we understand that 14 karat gold. When you look at a lot of carbon-based folk at us, you will see that we resemble when the sun is touching us, when the sun is kissing us, we resemble 14 karat gold, right? All right, just want to show that now. We understand that this is showing the power of 3 and 3, which means a master number. You will notice that there's 2 different colors dealing with the rays, and the painter would know that you can see how the rays illuminate from one area to the other area, and then above the golden disc, this 14th star. Now mind you, let me reiterate that 14 is 1. Let's do this here. 14 is 1, because this is a 14 star. 14 is 1 and 4. This is why it's shown nowhere else. Nobody else wears this star. You don't see even preachers, deacons, or anybody else wearing this star, because this equal the code of, let's keep this in mind, A is 1, okay? A is 1. And 4 is D. Let's keep that in mind, okay? Now, you'll notice that the colors are different from this point, and then up here, the colors are different from the rays, or how the rays have to go through a portal. You see how the rays have to go through like in a portal, and it's shortened up right here, and then it branch off into 3 parts. You see, first of all, the creators who created this are mathematicals, and they are encoded in the unseen, the essences, or I should say shredded in the mysteries, because it's stated that Moses was indoctrinated in the mysteries. And when we talk about Moses, we talk about Moses, we talk about Musa. All right, it's not talking about a actual Moses, because a lot of that information was taken from a lot of ancient Egyptian knowledge and folklore. All right, let's get a little bit more into it. So as we see, there is a circular disc up top. You see? Remember, I showed you this is the same thing that's in the omens. Remember, I showed you on how it represents the stairs that the Father, who is the President, who came down the stairs. This same symbolism is also being shown right here. Right here, family. That's also being shown, in the omens, where as you watch the movie, Damien and his father come down the staircase. It showed this, and I speak on this, that represent like in a portal, but this is likened to a spaceship. This is likened to a spaceship. Look, you have this circular disc with the rays of light, the beam of light. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 angels. 55 is a master number, which equates to also 1 and 5, which represents 10. The 1 and the disc, the 1 and the cipher. And then you have it capped off with, on each end represents 7. Because each angel is 7 angels on this side, right here. And then you have 7 angels on this side. You see? And 7 and 7 give you the 14, which equal the star, the 5. This is why you see, 23, because 2 plus 3 is 5, which is this chosen one's number. And 32 is this chosen one's number. Because 32, 3 plus 2 is 5. Alright? Looking at these angels, you will notice something about these angels, that all of their wings are to their side, but the 2 and 2. Because also this 2 and 2 is also a master number. And it's also encoding that which came from one's lineage, because the rays is either shooting upwards or downwards, depending on how you interpret it. But this is coming from likened to a spaceship to me. Because why would you show a circular disc above the angels? You see? And it's coming straight down, disc to disc. Look at this. This disc shoots down to this disc. You see? Or like it to a portal. And then it breach off to this chosen one. Let's get more deep off into it. Alright. Let's go here, family. Alright. Now, before I get more into the signs, let's understand what the bull, what do the bull mean? Because you can see that it's only 2 things that's touching this bull. The ear and the horn. So what does that mean? Let's find out what exactly what does that mean. The bull and the horn. Alright? Is bull a holy animal? Let's read this. Cattle
are prominent in some religions
and mythologies. As such, numerous people throughout the world have at one point in time honored bulls as sacred. Sumerian religion, Marduk is the bull of Untu. And Hinduism, Shiva, Steve, is Nandi, the bull. Right? What does the bull mean in Egypt? The bull represents fertility. Apis came to being considered a manifestation of the king, as bulls were symbols of strength and fertility, qualities that are closely linked with kingship. Strong bull of his mother, Hathor. This is why you see the rays touching the bull and the mother. Hathor was a common title for Egyptian gods and male kings, being unused for women serving as king. Being unused for women serving as kings, such as, understand that the Apis, the bull in Mesopotamia, the storm god, Ishkor or Adad, if I pronunciated that correctly, is called bull of heaven and grand bull. Mythological texts from the ancient city, however that's pronounced, the bull is associated with the high god El, symbolizing both strength and fertility. This is important, y'all. This is what I'm showing you. And the mules are double. The horse, or a mule. The mule is thus a fitting symbol of the double people of God, the combined people, Israel and Judah. Okay? Let's carry on more because it's important that I want to get these things understood. Could mean mule. The word may be related to Hebrew word for right hand. Right? And this is why you understand also is why you see the bull right ear and the right horn. Alright? Bible, which is the biblical horses, symbolize war, power, and glory. They are references as symbols of force, strength, and status of a king or country. When peace comes over a territory, the horses are put away. I'm showing you this because it's being shown in the depiction of this Christ child. You see, we can't say Jesus because there is no J in the Hebrew language. Alright? So the horse is a majestic animal that embodies the spiritual power of independence, freedom, nobleness, endurance, confidence, triumph, heroism, and competition. Its symbol is associated with strength, courage, and freedom. Get back to this. Alright? Now, this is why you see the head of the horse, which the horse identify with Horus. The horse represents Heru, because the story is broken off. It was taken rather from the story of Aset, Asar, and Heru. The three: mother, child, mother, father, and child. But the father is not even depicted in here, okay? The mother represents fertility because you're showing women. These are women. You see? These are women lowering their wings to this child. You see? The fertility. Now, we know we can't be talking about the fertility of a Mary because Mary was said to be a virgin in biblical stories, but we know that it was mistranslated from the Torah that speaks about not a virgin, but speaking about a girl or a woman. So what fertility is they talking about in connection to this child that the three rays are touching? The three rays could have touched any place, anywhere. And they could have depicted the mother head up. But you'll notice that even the mother and the angels' heads are bowed to the child. So the fertility is talking about my understanding from the ancient ones teaching me the ability of this child to be able to go into the unseen, having the ability to manifest and reach his elect from the gods through the gods to anoint them as his seal, as a star, as the luminosity that's within him that glows and shows the fertility, being able to harness the abilities and powers that's shredded in this mystery. Why you think it was said that he shall come like a thief in the night? We're talking about sex magic. It's no mistaking that the reason why this glow is showing in that area where the child's phallus is. I'm just breaking these signs down. Okay? Alright, now let's go over here. You will notice something that's even more powerful that shows the connection that there is, to my understanding, looks to be a extraterrestrial child. Remember the duality of two. You have a bird. Let me show you. You have a bird next to this child. Remember I was telling you about the bird, man? That the wing is shooting towards a bird that look like a bird or a duck. Let me show you. Okay? Right here. That looks like, to my eye, and what do you see? Likened to a extraterrestrial child that's connected to the baby. That's connected. And the child is looking, look, the child head is looking at it. That looks like a elongated extraterrestrial being. I'm not going to say which name or which one it is. You have to use your interpretation on how you see it. But it's not being hidden. It's being shown. It's here. You see? The child is looking at it. Look, the child is looking at it. Right? And the green represents the regality of royalty. Green represents paradise. Green represents royalty. But again, look at this. Look at the beak. Look at the head. That's not even a cherubim, but it is pointing towards the child. You see? Identify this child. Remember I was telling you about the bird, man? Why is this bird, geese or whatever you want to call that, with a beak shooting towards this child? Alright, let's get out of here. Let's go to something else. As you can see, that is indeed a being from a different planet. I didn't paint it. Zoom in. What else could it be? You see? It's connecting. The child is looking at it. It's connecting. The child is looking at it. Right? So you have the power of 32. Let me show you. So this is what you have here. You have 32 on the lower realm. You have the power of 32 here. You will see there's 1, 2, 3, right? And then on the right hand side, you're going to see then on the right hand side, you're going to see 2 here. Look. You're going to see 2 here. Let's do this here. So on the left is 3, and on the right is 2. 1 and 2. I can make this up. Down below, 32 all together. Look, 32 all together. Let's do it like this here. Now you can see. So you have, from here you have 32. You can't tell me that the divine don't use math, because this is shredded in mystery within this cave. It's a mystery. Excuse me, within this cave, because everything is as above, so below. You see? Everything is as above, so below. So let's do this here. Let's get rid of that. Let's do this here. As above, so below. Representing the 3 kings up top. The 3 kings who are the astrologers, who understood the stars. You see the glow of these kings. There is no glow anywhere else, but you see the glow of these kings that's glowing towards the astrological alignment that's being shown of this child. 14 angels. 14 angels. And then we have 13 here. So in essence, let me show you the math. So in essence, what we have, let's do this here. So in essence, what we have is 3, 2. You have 1 angel here, right? And you have 3 people, which is 3, which represent 13, right? And then you have the 3 kings. The power of 3, 3, and then the rays. 3, 3, 3, 3. 3, 3, 3. Mother, child, and whomever this man's supposed to be. King. And if you can't see that, let me do it like this here. Or let me switch it up like this here so you can see it. So you have 3 kings, right here, and then the 3 rays. Okay? And importantly enough, there is also a code within it, because from this Christ child loins shows a power within itself of 555. Okay? Which is a powerful number in itself, because you have, remember, 14 equals 5. The 14 points of this golden star, which in essence is really, as being shown in Jerusalem, is a all silver star with black in the middle. So you have 5, 5, and 5. You have 5 heads of the angel seer, 5 heads of the angel seer, and 5 here. 5, 5, 5. You see? And all of this is coming, all of this stemming from this Christ child, shooting upwards. 5, 5, 5. And this seal, one of my children is born exactly 5, 5, 5. I can't make this up. I won't say that child name, but it's a seal. And from the guys through the guys, I just want to share these signs with you so you can understand that it's no mistake that we have these signs and these symbolism, because everything is dealing with math. Even as you will notice on the walls, it's mathematical. It's codes even in the walls. It's stamped. You see these circular discs that's even inside. You see? You can't tell me this math is not being used. You see? You can't tell me the math is not being used, because even up top you will see that it's circular discs. And then you have, nowhere do they have a 8-point star, right? There's a 8-point star that's being star 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-point star here. There a 14-point star? Why isn't there a 14-point star? Because Christmas is Christ's mass, and it's hidden to mask who this real Christ child is, who the real Christ is. Why 8? When 7 and 7 equal 14, the 14 angels and the 14 points of this child. So explain to me, why is it a mystery that the 14 points that represents this star of Bethlehem is not the Bethlehem star that people are having on their tree, but they are utilizing a 8-point star, and even many a 5-point star. You can't even find this 14-point star even in stores, can you? But why isn't that nobody's wearing this 14-point star? But people are wearing a cross to identify with death. Shouldn't you be wearing a 14-point star? But also keep in mind that the commandment states that thou shalt not have any engraven images in the heavens above, below, or underneath the earth. You know, in the water and underneath. So why do we have an engraven image of a 14-point star in the ground? That's just something to think about. So again, the Jews and people in power is aware of the power of, are aware, 14, of who this child really is. You found that in the movie The Power, or with Jamie Foxx, that shows, I keep saying it wrong all the time, Project Power, the ancient one said. It shows the 1 and the 4 again, or the 4 and the 1. And also, it encodes the full letters of D-A-R-O-N. As also encoded the letters of the name of this child coded in Billie Jean. D-A-R, and then the letters O-N-E, on, connected to D-A-R, and the E representing the 5 for the star. D-A-R-O-N, and the star. You'll find it also, remember the times, is coded. So you'll find this star to study and do your research, because they will not show you everything and tell you everything. It's on a need to know basis. While they telling you not to understand numerology and astrology, because they want to keep you docile to understanding what's to come and what's happening around you. You see, there's nothing wrong with that. You've been hit upside your head, because why other religious institutions of high prestige is aware and using astrology to understand what's happening, reason why they was able to tell you who this child is, or who is to come, right? They was able to tell you who was to come. And how was it they was able to give a star, a sign to this child that no other messenger or prophet had their star?
It says here, the secret initiation of Jesus at Qumran is identifying that Jesus was a part of a secret society. And it states that Jesus disappeared from the scriptures at the age of 12 and reappeared. We're going to get into this because it's interesting to note that as we carry on, as the examination of the early mysteries of the Essene community at Qumran that links it with John the Baptist, Jesus, and the beginnings of Christianity. Now, I want to skip this part. I'm going to where it say, makes the case that Christianity grew out a form of monotheism first formulated by the Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaten. Akhenaten, as we know, was about the sun disk, you see, and identifying that there's only one God, and includes physical, photographic evidence never before published. I recommend y'all check this book out. In his early book, The Mysteries of Copper Scroll of Qumran, Robert Heather analyzed the Dead Sea Scroll engraved on copper that is considered the work of the secretive devout Jewish sect known as the Essene, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, who lived at Qumran around the time of Jesus to continue his research into the Essene community way of life. Now, I want to go over here. I want to go down some more. And I want to go down some more. And we're going to go here and further support the claim the early Christians continued a belief system centered on a form of monotheism first formulated by the pharaoh, the Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaten. Okay? And this is important because if you understand that when we talk about this Jesus character, many know that there is many belief systems of the meaning behind this and the mystery behind this, but I'm not going to get into it. I'm respect other people's belief system, but it's talking about one who is about and who is a part of a secret society. Now, this is interesting because, again,
I postulate
and I acknowledge that it speaks about many people don't believe in astrology, that it is the devil work. But how can it be the devil work when to be initiated, you have to be initiated in the mysteries that teach you as cosmology, that teach you of the cosmos, that teach you of astrology, numerology, and so forth and so on in the mysteries. So if it speaks about being initiated in the ancient Egyptian, and to be a initiate, you have to be a master mason. And we don't use Mason, we use mysteries. So to be initiated into the mystery, to be a master, you have to be initiated for 40 years. Okay? Now, it's important that you must understand that to be involved in the mysteries of a fraternal order, a secret society, you are going to be indoctrinated in numerology. As such, it states Jesus is a secret initiating and initiating.
Okay, y'all, this is the King James Version, chapter 2, verse 39 to 52. And when they had performed all the things according to the law of the Lord, they returned to Galilee, to their own city of Nazareth. And the child grew and waxed strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and grace of God was upon him. Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast. And when they had fulfilled the days as they returned, the child Jesus tarried behind in Jerusalem, and Joseph and his mother knew not of it. But they, supposing him to have been in the company, went a day's journey, and they sought him among their kinfolks and acquaintance. And when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him. And it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. And he said unto them, How is it that ye sought me? Wish ye not that I must be about my father's business? This is important. 49 verse says about his father's business. And you can't tell me that it's not mathematical, because math is important. When I told you math, 4 and 9 equal 13. You see? And about his father's business. What is a business? A job. To be about that job is mean to be about that work. So it's coded to identify that this 12 represents a number of completion. 12 is really 1 plus 2 is 3 on the third day, a 33rd. And he's about speaking to the doctors, which represents the teachers, which represent those who are understanding of the ways and the customs, and asking them questions only known by one who is enlightened in wisdom. Stay tuned for more on our mythology. 1.